Howdy, Possum Patty and Little Miss Chi-Chi here. And yes, this is actually part 2 of the last video because I'm still working in my Dirt Road Diary. I did not make a new intro because, well, you know, in the last video, I finished up this page with Flat Stanley, arg, dressed as a pirate, and how he found the stone X marks the spot out in the dirt road. And he asked me if I would play the same intro again because he had so much fun with that pirate ship. So come on along, ships ahoy! So after I finished that page, I started gathering up some material for the next page in the Dirt Road Diary because I decided that I was going to put my friendship rocks in here. Now I have some friendship rocks in a container over there that I'm going to get them out and take some pictures and put them in here too. But this page is going to be from the rock from Puerto Rico. Beautiful rock that Millie sent me, and she did send me a postcard from Puerto Rico and a picture of where the rock came from, and she sent me this little picture of a pineapple. So I took out this paper with a beautiful gold embossed airplane and some pineapple paper to make a pocket. I'm going to make a pocket and a journaling card about the stone that she sent me. And I've got to print out a picture of the stone too. And then, yes, we are working on the Christmas Caravan. And it looks a lot different from when you last saw it.
Wow!
So it had the bright red, white, and blue paper on there, right? USA. And the corner was peeling a little bit, so I thought maybe I could pull that paper off. And I got a little bit peeled off, and even though the corner was loose, it wouldn't come off very easily, you know, around this section. So Mr. Possum said, just grab some sandpaper and sand it down a little bit. So I did that. And as soon as I got it sanded down a little bit, I took some white gesso and I painted over those colors because I'm thinking about doing like a white Christmas or a pastel theme on the cover of the camper, and I didn't want that bright red, white, and blue to show through because I know that paper is going to be very pale. So I wanted it all painted white, but I went ahead and also prepped the inside and the back cover. So that is all done, and this is ready to get put together. And I also prepped the spine. So after I finish this page, I'm going to start putting this together to show you how I'm going to attach the spine like that. And then I'll probably come back in the next video and start decorating it. So today I will attach the spine after I finish this page. So let me bring you in closer. I cut the pineapple paper to make a little pocket here. And I was just going to take this over to the sewing machine, and I'm thinking, how about a trim or something across the top of the pocket or across the top of the page? And I got out some trim. I just wanted this to be festive and colorful to match this gorgeous postcard from Puerto Rico. Look at that. Got to add something fun in here. So I'm loving, look at this orange building there. I'm loving this. Very colorful. I'm also loving the tassels, which are very boho. You know what? I think I'm going to go with the orange. Got those pineapples on there. I'm going to put the postcard in here. Oh, and then I'm going to cut this out. And I might back it on some of this green, which is the back of the pineapple. Put a little pineapple up in the corner because I like something at the top. I'm not going to cover up that airplane. These gold or copper, they're almost like a copper color. But I could add a little gold pen around the edges if I wanted to. I've got my gold leaf pen right here. Do I have a copper? I think I have copper color acrylic, but I don't have a pen that's that color. I just got another idea. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. And I'm thinking about this over here. And I'm thinking, maybe before I glue this in, I might want to trim the pineapple, put it on this paper, put it down on this background sheet here, and then just put a little bit of this orange stitching around on that green. I think that's what I'm going to do. Just so excited to get friendship rocks from all around the country, and Puerto Rico, which is really part of our country, but just seems so tropical and far away. Well, I guess like Hawaii, right? So I'm going to trim the pineapple, which also reminds me of Hawaii. And I am just going to glue it down and then rip a little bit of a green border and then sew it on here, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alrighty, super fun, super fun. I've got my pineapple on there, my pineapple paper, my pom-poms. Now I'm going to get this glued down into the journal. And the postcard is just going to be popped into the pocket, but I need to do a journaling card. And I haven't quite decided on how I'm going to do that yet. Whether I'm going to use paper I already used, or something different. We shall see, we shall see. So to glue a page in, all I usually do, it's very lumpy now with the pom-poms. I put some glue stick in the middle, and I put a little tacky glue around the edge, and that should hold it. Alrighty, I've gone through a stack of paper, and what I've decided on, I think, I always can change my mind, is this really sunny, bright yellow and orange paper to sort of pull all this orange and yellow together. And this will be one side of a journaling card. And I'm thinking on the other side, I want to pull this black and white pineapple design here for the other side. Like that. Now I have to cut this down to size to fit in the pocket. And then to pick up the green in the background and the pineapple, I do have some of this scrap paper left. I can make a little tab on there. And I've got the picture of Puerto Rico. And all I have to do is print out the picture of my friendship rock and then decide how big of a journaling card I want and get it all together. So now I need a layout. I have the picture of the slate. I have my little bit of journaling. Should I just do something like this? I guess I will. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this down. She must have the same kind of printer I do because she's got the sticky back picture that she sent me from Puerto Rico. And I'm just going to put this down here. Oops. And I'm going to put this down up here. This is where the rock came from. These beautiful green mountains. And I'm going to glue this down like that. I did put a little bit of green ink around the white card so it stands out a little bit. All right, I'm going to get this wrapped up so I could work on just putting that journal together. I believe I am ready to put the journaling card into the pocket. Look how super fun that is. And the postcard from Puerto Rico. And, ooh, copper paint. Copper paint. I make a little elbow room here. Take the cards back out of the pocket because I found this copper paint. And just like I did a little mark making on this side, I think I will try and do a little bit on this page. Now I'm going to open up my water carefully. Don't spill it. Get my paper towel. Carefully put it over here on this side. And all I need is a little tiny dab. And let's see what this is going to look like. Well, it's shiny. And all I was going to do is put a little bit around the edge. This is a good way to just get out some paint and play. Definitely don't have to be an artist. You just have to collect some art supplies. That's what I tell people. I'm not an artist. I just collect art supplies. So all you need is a tube of paint and a little brush. I know, I always think of one more thing, don't I? You know, and it's that one more thing that makes the page special. I'm just going to continue that around. Just a little bit of shine all around the edge. And it does have a copper sheen to it, just like those embossed airplanes. So I love how I used all different things, but yet pulled it all together. I took the copper from the planes and made an edge. She sent me this pineapple, and I took that idea and used the pineapple paper. I used the back of the pineapple paper to put behind the pineapple she gave me. I took all these wonderful yellows and oranges to make the journaling tag and added the green and a pineapple to it. The picture that she sent me, picture of the rock that she sent, and I took the black and white from that pineapple right there and just pulled all these things together to make a fun, festive, gotta wait for the paint to dry, page in my learning journal about rocks. Alrighty, now we're gonna move on to the Christmas Caravan. I am looking for bits of mailing envelope that I have saved that's going to fit this spine, because I love to use a mailing envelope that's made out of Tyvek. It's a paper, but it has some like polyester fibers in there, and it's like a no tear, no rip. And very useful to use, you know, in a piece that's going to be, you know, work as a spine like this. So I think I got a bigger piece here. Now you can buy Tyvek envelopes at the stationery store or where you get your mailing supplies. This might be big enough. Amazon has them. Or you can use anything that's sturdy to make a spine support. Because you have to remember that it's going to be opened and closed many times. You can just use what you have. And I think that'll be fine. And I save all kinds of little bits and pieces off the envelopes. Because you never know what size journal you're going to be making. Okay, so I'm going to cut these two pieces down so they're exactly as tall as the spine. So this spine, I was going to go with a 2, but I changed my mind, went with a 1.5. And I want to have about a 1/2 inch on each side, because this is the paper that I'll be attaching the spine to the caravan with. So if you have a 2-inch spine, you want maybe a 3-inch piece of fabric or strong paper to support your spine with. If you have 4 inches, you might want a 5-inch piece of mailing envelope, Tyvek, material, strong paper, whatever you are using. I'm just going to trim this up a little bit. So I've got just a thumbnail's width in between the 3 pieces. And I'm going to try and get this right in the middle so it's overlapping on both sides. Fits perfect between those wheels right there. Take my thumbnail and put it in the crack to give a little extra material right where it has to bend. You want to have the pieces pretty close together or else it's going to be wobbly and loose, so you don't want a wobbly cover. So just a fingernail is all you need. Now because the Tyvek or the mailing envelope that I'm using, you can use anything you want, is not very porous. This is going to take a while to dry, and that's why I wanted to get it started tonight. So when I come back, I can decorate the cover, maybe get some pages picked out. Inside. And carefully turn it over. Outside. See how that's picking up a little bit? You really got to be careful with it until it's dry. And you might have to come back and put some more glue. So when you have it open up to see the outside, the front cover is going to be on your right hand side and the back cover on your left hand side. Alright, so now I don't want to lift this again. I want it to dry right there. Just a quick recap here. I prepped my surface with gesso, and I use, bend down here, Liquitex gesso. This is what artists use to prep their canvases or their wood plaques or whatever surface they're going to be working on. It's like paint primer, right? So I'm preparing this surface, and this is all nicely covered with gesso, so now I can paint this or collage papers on. I'm using a mailing envelope as my spine support, and I'm not going to move this now until that is dry. So I will come back and show you what I'm going to do with this and pick out the papers, I guess, for the signatures. I've got 2 journal pages done in my dirt road diary, learning about rocks, Fun Flat Stanley and his X marks the spot, and my stone from Puerto Rico from Millie. And don't forget one more thing. As soon as I get my Christmas journal together and ready to go for December, I'll be putting together my 1950s memory keeper, my Barbie little golden book. So that is sitting here on deck waiting to be done. I have more Happy Mail to put into my November friendship journal. And I found another one. That's got to go in there. I have more pages to do in my October journal too. So I just want to wish everybody happy junk journaling. Thanks for coming along today. Bye-bye.